Hi there, I am Audrey Gillen, a team leader with Usborne Books and More, and I wanted to take just a few minutes to share with you why Usborne Books are unique. You may be sitting there wondering why your friend invited you to this Facebook party. I mean, aren't books books? And I'm here to tell you that no, they're not. Usborne books are truly amazing books that children love and families love them because kids are excited about reading. So I want to share with you just a little bit of history about the founding of Usborne Books. So Peter Usborne founded Usborne Books and More in England about 40 years ago. He found out he was going to be a father and was so excited about that. He went around to different bookstores trying to find some really great books that his child-to-be would love. And he was disappointed because he couldn't find any. And so that put in his mind an idea to create and establish a company that could create books that children would love and that would compete with the media surrounding them. And I think that's kind of funny now, 40 years ago, you think about there was television and radio, and now there's so much more. So he wanted to create books that children would love and that they would enjoy reading and participating in above watching television or doing video games. So I want to share, we were introduced to Usborne Books about 5 years ago, my family and I. My oldest daughter at the time was in first grade, and she was an advanced reader. She loved reading. And I was having a hard time keeping up, finding good books that were appropriate for her that she really enjoyed. She loved history, historical fiction, just unique stories, life stories. And so I had a friend ask me if I would be interested in placing an order. I don't even know if it was with a party, but I did, and I found some books. It's our Kane Miller section, Anna Hibiscus books, and she loved them, and I bought all of them, and she really enjoyed them, and it was great. It shared about another culture. And so that Christmas, we bought all of our children a book for Christmas Eve. That's what we open, our gift we open on Christmas Eve. And each of the girls loved their book, and they kept going back to that specific Usborne book time and time again. And so, I just thought, wow, what a great book. And then the next year, I homeschooled my second daughter, and we had a lot of Usborne books as part of our curriculum, and I was amazed with them. I mean, it was crazy that she was wanting to read an encyclopedia and a reference book and books about animals in her free time. Like, I never would have done that as a kid. So I just want to take a few minutes to share with you an acronym called DUCS that describes the unique features of Usborne books. So the first one, D, is double page spread. This is one of the first books we got, Titanic, which I love. And there's several double page spreads on here that you can see. And that just means that the pictures span both pages, so your child can really envelop themselves in this story and kind of be right there. So here's another one. It's great for laying on the floor, elbows flat on the floor, just devouring the pages of the book. Kind of helps the books kind of jump out at you. Here's another little one here. So we have this in many of our books. This is one of our smaller readers. And then this is another popular title, the 1001 series. This one is Bugs to Spot. And you'll see some of our vivid illustrations in this book. But you can see the great double page spread here. There's different animals that you can find. And this is a great illustration of just the bright colors that children love. So you can see those. The second letter is U, and that is for unlimited activity. So Usborne is known for their activity books. We have so many sticker books, games, travel activity pads. So I'm going to share with you a few that I have right here. This is the Delightful Doodle Pad. I really like this. I kind of like this thing too because it helps with the binding to lay more flat when you're working on it. So there's kind of hints here or prompts that your child can do to draw more things. This one says transform these clouds into animals. So for people like me who as a child were not very creative, a book like this would have been fabulous for me to kind of see. So customize the t-shirts. So this is one of our small doodle pads. Another activity book we have, and I love our sticker dolly dressing books. We have lots of these that are sticker books. This one is the Fashion Design Journal. So it has a nice pretty little ribbon, but it discusses at the beginning just different types of fashion, and then it kind of encourages you to draw your own things and design them. So this says create outfits for spring and summer parties. So my oldest girl did this. It also talks about color palettes, mood boards. You see some color palettes right here at the end, and then at the end there's some stickers and stuff. So just a lot of different activities that you can do in this book. And then our last activity book I want to share with you is our Wipe Clean books. Now this is a great series that we have that people absolutely love. I will just encourage you to lift this up so you don't rip the whole book. This is beginning pen control. And as you see where the dotted lines are, your child can draw with a Wipe Clean marker and kind of learn some dexterity and fine motor skills and holding the pencil. And then you can erase it and use it again and again. So that's why that one's so popular. C is for cutting edge technology. This is a ginormous book, but many of our history and reference books and encyclopedias are internet linked. So in the beginning, like the front cover, it'll show you, list a website where you go to, and you can type in the book that you are reading and then type in the page number, and it will help you learn even more about that specific topic. So let me just see if I can, this book is so huge. Let's see if okay, here's one. Travel and transport. So this looks like Egypt. And then on that left side page, you can see it has an internet linked. So these are websites that are updated and where your child can go to read more about a topic. So like in first grade with the Children's Encyclopedia, we did tide pools and waves and weather, and there were some games. There was also just little videos you could watch about tide pools and such. Our chess book is also an internet linked book. So, excuse me, my now 10-year-old daughter has really enjoyed this book, and I think my husband has too. Okay, yeah, there it is, the Usborne Quick Links. So just a lot of different ones, books that have the internet linked, and you'll see it on our website with IL. And then cutting edge technology. So we have several different computer books that help introduce children to coding. So a lot of STEAM or STEM schools, this would go along with their curriculum, but just step-by-step processes for learning how to establish and develop code. And then K is knowledge in bite-sized chunks and Kane Miller. So can't wait to share the Kane Miller books with you. But I also love the knowledge in bite-sized chunks. So if you have a child who is really not interested in books, many of our Lip the Flat books are awesome. So look at this. I love our body books too. So many different flaps that you can see. And even if they just read this one little flap, they are learning something. They're learning something about their body that they can walk away and they wouldn't have known if they didn't pick up this book. So this is one of our favorites. As you can see here, this is a little bit more too. It has chunking of information there and lots of little flaps that your child can look through and learn. This is another one of our Lift the Flap first questions and answers, again for younger children, and you see the different flaps that they can, I'll try this one, open. It's kind of hard doing it backwards. But there you go. I know there's a great one about the ears. I think that one's here. And then the second part of K is Kane Miller. So Kane Miller has our Shine a Light books. I think we have 15 of these. This is a new 2017 title at the garage. And these are great nonfiction books that are interactive. You shine a light behind the page and it reveals a hidden picture. So super fun for kids. especially reluctant readers, but it's just fun to read before bed. And then a lot of our chapter books. So here's Anna Hibiscus. This was the first one we were introduced to. Can you tell I have girls? So we have lots of great chapter books. These are great for emerging readers. So fun, girly books. And Pup Patrol, this is a great fun book about animals. What else do we have here? Here are a little bit older fiction titles. So Arcane Miller has more fiction titles, and Usborne books are more of the nonfiction. And then one of my newer favorites for preschoolers is the Billy's Adventure books. So these are just fun books for preschoolers that talk about imaginative play. So that's our K. And then S is step-by-step instructions. And I can see this in the pencil and paper games. So there's different games here, and at the beginning of each game, there are instructions, step-by-step instructions. So it helps children to be able to follow directions and learn that. Our Usborne Start to Cookbook is another great example of this. It goes step by step with food prep and recipes. It has the steps numbered, very simple for children to learn how to cook. And then another step-by-step book that we have is drawing books. This is one of our little bit thicker ones, and this one is just a plain drawing book, so different things. We have drawing people, I can draw animals, so many different things that you can learn how to do when your child asks you, oh, can you draw a mouse? I'm always like, no, I can't, figure it out. So it just gives you step-by-step instructions for how you can draw. And then the last one is S, so ducks, and it is ducks. So in our phonics readers that are illustrated by Stephen Cartwright, he has a duck hidden on a page. So this also helps to go along with unlimited activity. But it's so fun when you are reading a book with an older child and you have a young one with you, that young one can look for the duck in the page while you're reading with your older one. Here it is over here. So those are some of the unique features that Usborne Books and More has. I hope that you have learned something that makes us unique, and I hope that you will fall in love and find a book that you and your child can enjoy together.